Welcome to AxGen Sports. My name is Stuart Kim. This video is about genetic testing for elite athletes. An elite athlete is anyone that's pretty serious about competing in sports. For example, Andrew Roos is a serious triathlete. Andrew competed as a professional triathlete while he was a student in my lab at Stanford. He trained 20 hours a week with trainers and coaches and competed in triathlons both in the US and internationally. He basically maxed out his training. Any more training and he would overtrain and injure himself. He knew his strength, endurance stats, and heart rate intimately. In short, he did everything he could to perform his best in triathlons. But what Andrew didn't know was his risk from injury. Injuries are key for performance. An injury could cause you to miss an important competition, or they could cause you to lose important training time. For Andrew, there were several seasons where he missed training time due to an Achilles tendon sprain, and that hampered his overall performance during the season. Have you ever missed a competition or performed poorly because an injury prevented you from training properly? Or else, would you be upset if you did miss a competition or lost training time due to an injury? I wanted to develop genetic testing to help athletes like Andrew. I'm a former genetics professor from Stanford University. I left the world of academia to focus on ways to implement genetic discoveries to benefit people, in this case athletes. The human genome was determined in 2001, and now we have this amazing resource that could be used to benefit people in principle. Health can now be personalized using genetic testing to evaluate individual risks for many diseases and injuries. The idea for genetic testing for athletes came when I was visiting the Buck Institute for Aging in 2008 as part of their scientific advisory board. At the meeting, I met Dr. Jim Kovach, who was president of the Buck Institute. Jim was also a professional NFL player for the San Francisco 49ers and New Orleans Saints. Jim came up with the idea of genetic testing for athletes. Like Andrew, Jim knew a lot about the stats for his strength and fitness, but he did not know what type of injury he was at an increased risk for due to his genetics. Jim's NFL career was ended by a knee injury while playing for the 49ers in 1985. Jim is now on the scientific advisory board for AxGen, which is a company that performs genetic testing to tell athletes about their risk for injury. AxGen has tests for 17 musculoskeletal injuries. If there are additional musculoskeletal injuries that you would like to see included, please leave a comment. Using AxGen, athletes can work with their trainer or coach to prevent injuries before they occur. Your trainer or coach can help you emphasize prehabilitation exercises to stretch and strengthen ankles, knees, shoulder, according to your individual genetics. With AxGen, athletes can work with their trainer or coach to prevent injuries before they occur. AxGen also has suggestions to prevent each type of injury. After all, AxGen stands for Actionable Genetics. Here, Chris is demonstrating a Nordic hamstring curl, which is a good exercise to prevent hamstring strains. AxGen is for serious athletes. Would you be upset if you missed a competition or you performed poorly due to gaps in training from an injury? If you answered yes, AxGen is for you. How much have you invested in order to compete, in terms of time you committed or money you spent to compete? If you have a busy life but still train regularly, then AxGen is a good investment to ensure that your training time is not wasted. If you're a triathlete with the latest pro components for your bike, AxGen is a good investment compared to the money already spent on equipment. If you have questions about whether AxGen is right for you, leave a comment. All of the analysis is transparent at AxGen, meaning that all of the data and stats for each test is shown, and there are links to the scientific publications. You can examine the facts used to establish the rigor and information delivered for each test for yourself. Prevention is better than treatment. AxGen is not about treating injuries. You should go to a physician in sports medicine to treat an injury. Once injured, that injury is now the largest risk factor for a re-injury. So the key is to prevent the injury before it happens. Knowledge is power, ignorance is not bliss. And so knowing more about your genetic risk for injuries can only help your performance and extend your career. If you want to learn more, go to www.axgen.us. Use code PREHAB20 for a 10% discount. Thank you for listening.